Who's that? Commander Claw. Who's bad? Commander Claw. Welcome to episode 9 of 3 Underrated Commanders. I'm your host, Commander Claw. I'm ecstatic to bring you a Dragon Commander. Who doesn't like dragons? We just got done with Tarkir Dragonstorm before Final Fantasy came out. And this one, I don't want you to forget about him, right? Anyways, I got a Merfolk, Leviathan, Kraken, oh my commander for you also. And don't forget about my Precon Commander, which is number 3. So without further ado, let's get started in this episode. Now look, if you want to play with big creatures, and when they enter the battlefield, I can't say all hell breaks loose, but it wreaks havoc, right? They're a unique creature type, and they're Krakens, Leviathans, Octopi, and Serpents, right? Nobody likes playing against them. They're usually 6'6" bodies and up, and they usually got something else going on. They're tough to deal with, unless you have removal on removal on removal. And Simic, this color is just good at dropping creatures onto the battlefield, and this time we're staying specific with sea creatures. So let me bring you Kiora, Sovereign of the Deep. 3 blue-green, 4/5 body, legendary merfolk noble. She's got vigilance and ward 3. My God, that's crazy. Anyway, she says whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent spell from your hand, look at the top X cards of your library where X is that spell's mana value. Now you already know they cost 6, 7, and 8 CMC, and even 10 CMC. That's expensive, right? So anyway, look at the top X cards of your library where X is that spell's mana value. You may cast a spell with mana value less than X from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So look, what makes Kiora nasty? It says spell. Spell. It don't say you get another Kraken, Leviathan. It says another spell. So that means it could be a planeswalker, an enchantment, even another legendary creature, or maybe even a sorcery that can put you over the top. This commander rewards you for playing high CMC creatures that are Krakens, Leviathans, Octopi, and Serpents. And not only you're playing powerful cards or cards you're looking for, you manipulated your top of your deck. What? And it gets nastier because you can have cost reducers for your sea creatures. Oh, it's not going to be hard anyway because look, it's Simic. You're going to ramp and play these creatures anyway. But she's a 4/5 body, Vigilance Ward 3. She's staying on the battlefield and she's playing defense. So, yeah, you're going to say that your opponents will be drowning against this. I mean, honestly, I just saw the new Jurassic Park. It'd be cool if they made a Mosasaurus, right? Right? Hit that like button if you think they should make a Mosasaur as a creature, dinosaur water creature. Actually, I think they have it. Damn, I now to think about it, something deep. Anyways, next commander. So look, this is the dragon I told you about in the beginning of the video. Everybody likes dragons. You lying if you play Magic and you don't like dragons. Anyway, this one's a Jeskai dragon, and I think it's almost premium. They limited it on purpose because if they didn't, it would go really bananas. But it's a fun, and it can be added if you deck build it with the additional trigger to get you more cards. So let me talk about Zurgo and Ojutai. For 2 in Jeskai, 4/4 body, legendary orc dragon. It's got flying, it's got haste. So that means when you cast it, slap face, backhand opponents, right? It says Zurgo and Ojutai has hexproof as long as it enters the battlefield this turn. That means it can be countered, but once it hits the battlefield, your opponents can't play removal targeting in it because it has hexproof. It has it ended that turn. Then it says whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to a player or battle, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. You may return one of those dragons to its owner's hand. So, ideally, you could attack with Zurgo and put him back in your hand, and he's just like a flash creature, a blink creature, I forgot the word for it, the term for it, where they come in tapped and attacking. That's essentially what he's really doing. Now, the only thing I don't like about it is you only get to look at your top 3 cards. If you have a roaming throne and you could double that trigger, that would be 6 cards. Yeah, That's what we really want. So when you deck build this, make sure you put the additional trigger type of effects on it so you can look at 6 cards. Because 3 is not enough. I built this guy and it's not enough. Now it's fun because it's a nice tempo commander, pace commander. You can blink him when you need to, bounce him back into your hand when the board gets ugly. It's your commander. He's just flying around, dealing damage, and you have a bunch of enchantments that power boost him, and you could swing and slap face. Cool commander. I love these dragon beaters as your commanders. Moving on. So look, I'm definitely talking to you new commander players. If you never tried an enchantment-oriented deck, either Selesnya or this one's Orzhov, this commander goes bonkers. And you can buy it in the pre-con. I forgot the name of the pre-con, but she's all over the place for Wilds of Eldraine. I think maybe the pre-con costs less than 50 bucks. But do not underestimate aura enchantments. Let me tell you, Eriette of the Charmed Apple for 1 Orzhov, through 4 body, legendary human warlock. She says each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can attack you or planeswalkers you control. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. Now, this is the thing about auras. You need a creature to put the aura on, right? Right? So yeah, you can have a little 1/1 sack fodder with a powerful enchantment aura. And this is Orzhov, so when it dies, it does something, it triggers something. But also these auras can be triggered too, and they can do something because they're sack fodder also if a permanent hits the graveyard. And this command is just nasty because at the beginning of your end step, each opponent is just losing life and you're gaining life. So where X is the number of auras you control, there's a bunch of 1-drop and 2-drop auras. Uh, it's easy to build, easy to play, easy to drain life, easily to consistently beat down your opponents. Your opponents really can't even attack you because you can put those auras on their creatures. That's the nastiest part about this. So their most powerful creature that they think they're going to get away with, hit it with an aura. It may do something to them. It may drain them of life, or they might have to sacrifice that creature. Yeah, cool commander, Orzhov, Enchantress. Thank you for watching this video. If you got any experience playing with any of these commanders, feel free to comment below and share your experience or gameplay or thoughts about them. Hey, you're here. Your input can help out viewers who found this commander or the YouTube algorithm said, hey, you might want to check out this video. And if you check out this video and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Thank y'all for your time. Peace.